How are y'all doing? So I was thinking about how when someone gets up to sing the national anthem, we're all expecting something, some a little variation. The person's personality is going to come out in the song, but if you depart too far from the song, then you're messing it up. I mean, we want to hear the national anthem, not so and so's solo, right? So you sometimes people will add all of these extra runs into the song and change the tempo or make the melody sound something different, and it leaves out what it was supposed to be, the whole point of the national anthem. It leaves out the solemn pride, uh, because it's not about you. It's about us. It's about Americans, past, present, and future. It there's no reflection when it's about me and taking advantage of the stage and showing these magnificent runs, or just not thinking detached from what this song means. We all sing happy birthday, we sing it a certain way, and it's a way that we can all join in, similar to hymns. A song that we all know together and join it, that togetherness that's there as we sing these words that we all know. But it leaves out the reflection, the swelling of thanksgiving for what we've been given, to carry us, Americans, together into the future, to carry America into the future. So maybe I went on too long about this, but it's I think it's an illustration for what I'm seeing in Psalm chapter 50. He introduces the psalmist, introduces who God is in the first few verses, and he says that this God, he summons the heavens above and the earth to judge his people. Gather my godly ones to me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And the heavens declare his righteousness, for God himself is judge. And then he goes on in verses 7 to 14. So it's almost like the heavens are a courtroom and his people are being on trial here. He says, Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel. I will testify against you. I am God, your God. I do not reprove you for your sacrifices. So he's not taking them to task for commencing on the sacrifices. I do not reprove you for your sacrifices, and your burnt offerings are continually before me. Fair enough. But I shall take no young bull out of your house, nor male goats out of your folds, for every beast of the forest is mine, the cattle of 1,000 hills. I know every bird of the mountains, and everything that moves in the field is mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the world is mine, and all it contains. So I don't need food that way. If I did, I wouldn't need to ask you for it. Shall I drink, or shall I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of male goats? And here's the point. Offer to God a sacrifice of thanksgiving, and pay your vows to the Most High. Call upon me in the day of trouble. I shall rescue you, and you will honor me. So he's saying, look, you're doing it all wrong. Okay, I'm not taking you to task or reproving you. It's the third time I try to say that word. I messed it up every time. I'm not calling you to account for doing robotically the sacrifices. But it's not about the animals. It's about the soul of it, like the whole point of it, the thanksgiving. And by leaving that out, you've missed the whole point. What happens when you remove the soul of something? You I think of like a robot. If you have a robot that's fashioned to look human, is it human? No, it's still empty of the most important part. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Like the national anthem, you get up there and you're okay. You did the national anthem, but you lost the whole soul of it. You fashioned a robot. It looks human, but the soul of it's gone. You missed the whole point. A sacrifice without the thanksgiving. Okay, you're going through the motions, but you've really missed the whole point. But worse than being empty or hollow, soulless, it's nature abhors a vacuum. And just as, you didn't just lose that solemn reflection and togetherness uh, in changing the national anthem by forgetting what it's supposed to be. It actually, nature abhors a vacuum and something else swoops into it and changes it, and it becomes something different. More about the individual, intentionally or maybe unintentionally. So when sacrifices abandon the whole point that they're supposed to be, that's thanksgiving, they're possessed of another spirit, of something different. It changes what they are, but it's just like a robot's not human. This is no longer a sacrifice honoring God as He intended. And continue here in some of these last few verses. 50 verses 16 to 21. But to the wicked, God says, what right have you to tell of my statutes? What right do you have to talk about my statutes, to display my statutes? Because you're missing the whole point. And to take my covenant in your mouth. For you hate discipline, and you cast my words behind you. When you see a thief, you are pleased with him, and you associate with adulterers. You let your mouth loose in evil, and your tongue, it frames deceit. You sit and speak evil. You speak against your brother. You slander your own mother's son. These things you have done, and I kept silence. You thought that I was just like you. Now I will reprove you. I will take you to task for these things and state the case in order before your eyes. And he goes on. He ends with this verse in 23. He who offers a sacrifice of thanksgiving honors me. And to him who orders his way aright, I shall show the salvation of God. So as we go about our day, may your sacrifice be filled with thanksgiving. And let that thanksgiving pour out into how we actively share our faith together and live our lives together. And I will see you all again tomorrow on the next video.